describe eyes that see perfectly without any blurs or issues. But truth be told, perfect vision doesn't exist. No one has it. And that is because of a little thing called astigmatism. According to the American Optometrists Association website, nearly every person has some degree of astigmatism. And today I'd like to give some clarity to the nature of astigmatism, what it is and what causes it, and what can be done to counteract it. So, what is astigmatism? To start, it is not two words, astigmatism. It's one word, astigmatism. And it occurs when the cornea of the eye is misshapen. Now, usually your cornea is shaped kind of like this orange. It's round and smooth and perfect. But in an astigmatism, it's shaped more like this avocado. It's oblong and weird. And that causes the light that reflects off of objects to enter your eye incorrectly and mess up your vision. Symptoms can include, of course, blurry and distorted vision. But it also has to deal with trouble reading small print, and it can even cause headaches. Now, before you think that sounds a whole lot like getting older, listen to this. The All About Vision website says that in a study of over 2,000 individuals ages 5 to 17, nearly 28% of them had a significant astigmatism. That's nearly 1/3 of people involved. And with such a wide-reaching problem, it's important to know what causes it. While the exact cause of astigmatism is up for debate, it is generally agreed upon that genetics is a possible cause. Doctors Collins, Carney, and Reed, in their article, A Review of Astigmatism and Its Possible Genesis, state that genetics do appear to play a factor in whether or not you have an astigmatism. Now, I can attest to this. My mom has an astigmatism in her left eye. And I remember I went into my first doctor appointment for the eye doctor, and I walked back and go through all the tests, and after a few difficulties, it was discovered that I have an astigmatism in my left eye, lo and behold. So genetics do play a factor in that. Another factor in astigmatism is age, and it generally tends to affect younger children and older adults because the muscles in the eye are weaker, and the cornea can't really hold its shape. Now, these have all been natural causes. There is some unnatural causes to this, one of them being surgery. Usually when someone has surgery for things like cataracts on their eyes, a suture is placed over the eye to protect it. But sometimes that suture is too tight, and that can really mess up the shape of the cornea and cause an astigmatism to develop. Okay, so now I've told you what astigmatism is and what can cause it. And I'm sure you're all wondering the same question. What in the world can be done about it? Well, I am glad you asked. First of all, however, it is important to determine whether or not you actually have an astigmatism worth worrying about. All you need to do is go into your eye doctor, and after a few minutes with some flashlights, they'll be able to tell you if you should worry about your astigmatism. If it's determined that you do, there are plenty of options, the first of which is LASIK surgery. Master of Science Kathy Sitzman, in her article LASIK Eye Surgery Basics, describes the procedure as a laser-assisted removal of tissue around the cornea. Now, if you're like me, and the thought of someone literally sculpting your eyeball with a laser doesn't exactly appeal to you, don't worry, there are less disturbing options. One of them is eyeglasses, and this is the route that I chose. Eyeglasses work by presenting different focuses to your eye to make the corneas work together to create a better picture. Another option that you have are called toric lenses, which work kind of like contacts. Toric lenses work by maintaining their shape so that when you put them on the eye, the cornea will mold to that perfect rounder shape, like the orange we talked about earlier. Now, if none of these options seem right for you, don't worry. I give you Plan Z. Plan Z is described on the Live Strong website, and they provide some great exercises that you can do to help strengthen the muscles in your eyes so that your cornea can maintain its shape. These include moving your eyes from side to side and even the way you tilt your head. In conclusion, astigmatism is a common problem that a lot of people suffer of. And now you know what it is, what can cause it, and what to do about it if you have one. It is important to work to counteract astigmatism because it affects your vision and can interfere with things like driving and reading and give you headaches that hurt. But most importantly, the world is a beautiful place, and it would be such a shame to miss it. Oops.
Very good. All right. Change. Hey, you want to hold yours towards them?
Sure.
All right, we're going to do the audience critique. So we'll start from the introduction. Did you feel Shannon gained your attention and interest?
Yes.
Did she introduce the topic clearly?
Yes.
Okay. Was the topic related to the audience?
Yes.
Okay. Did she establish credibility?
Yes.
Okay. She gave a preview of her main points?
Yes.
Okay. Now going into her body of her speech. Was it organized and easy to follow?
Yes.
Did she have sufficient support for her main ideas?
Yes.
Did she use interesting examples and details?
Yes.
Did she use effective transitions?
Yes.
Did the audience gain new info?
Yes.
Conclusion. Did she prepare the audience for the ending?
Yes.
Did she summarize her key points?
Yes.
Did she use a memorable closing?
Yes.
She cited her sources, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did she ask questions during the speech, keep you involved?
Yes.
Okay. How did you guys feel about her delivery? Anything you would change? Anything that you thought was great?
Wouldn't change a thing.
Okay. Anybody have any questions about her speech? I actually have one. If you had LASIK at, say, your age, could your astigmatism come back when you were 50? You know?
LASIK surgery is like a permanent thing because you're actually removing tissue from it, but I don't see why it wouldn't have a small recurrence when you're older, just because the muscles are still gonna get weaker. I wouldn't expect a recurral of astigmatism, but it could possibly happen. I mean, it's your eyes, so